What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I know the audio may not be the best. I am using limited equipment right now. Most of my good equipment is packed away in a pod currently. So for the next month or so, I'll be working like this, unfortunately. But we will get back up to speed with all the good equipment here soon enough. So I do appreciate you guys tuning in and sticking with me throughout this period of downtime and moving. So what we're going to do here is really run you guys through all these penny stocks that have been popping up today. So the first one we have is WISA. Okay, so WISA popped this morning. It's WISA. This stock ended up popping this morning, running from $2 to about $3.68 and faded out right now. Currently, it's pretty weak. It hasn't really been able to gain its footing after its morning run, and it's just really trading sideways for now. Our current support is going to be down at about 270 for right now. If we take a look at the longer term chart, you can see that this stock has yet to break over resistance. You can see we have had previous tops here at 298. One here at 322, and another pop all the way up towards the 385 mark. If we look at the resistance here at around 385 and we put a horizontal resistance line, you will see that it matches up almost perfectly with our downtrending red line. So we do in fact see this whole 385, 370 spot as the resistance, and come to find that's pretty much where the market had gotten to today, was 368. So for right now, the pre-market high, that's resistance because that is the long-term downtrending resistance and the long-term horizontal price action resistance. So we'll keep an eye on this today. The only way that we see WISA going up and breaking out is if in the event it successfully crosses through $3.17 for right now, or our regression channel trend. Now let's move on over to another stock here, GTEC. This is another stock that ran pre-market, big move up all the way to 513 and crashing down now. Typically when they run up like this and crash straight down, they don't usually perform all that well. So let's go ahead and just kind of overview this and see what's going on. Taking a look at the 4-hour chart here, you can see that this stock has yet to successfully break and sustain over its resistance. We have reached prices of about $5 previously or before, and today we ran to that price and fell right back down. If we look at the longer term chart, which is a 1-year chart, you can see that we had resistance starting at 450. And if we go back to our 4-hour chart, we also had resistance starting at like 420. And the price has come and retraced all the way back down below those levels. So if we look at our intraday 1-minute chart on the stock, it really doesn't look pretty. We don't have much to go off of here, and we're suggesting that this is probably going to be one of the stocks you just want to avoid for the day. Or just keep it on a side watch up on the screen and wait for it to develop, because as of right now there isn't a whole lot to go off of and it doesn't look all that promising. Next one on the list, MEDS. Now this stock MEDS had some news with Amazon. TradeX Group reported in an 8-K filing Monday it entered into a solution marketing program agreement with Amazon.com Services LLC to promote Amazon storage lockers. Now, whenever a company gets some news with Amazon, it usually brings in some attention to it because Amazon is such a big company. So that being said, we're going to follow MEDS simply because there is some news with Amazon here this morning. Now, this is something that is run pre-market. It's faded out a little bit, and right now we have our support system down at $6.52. If we take a look at the long-term chart, you can see we've had resistance in this $8 price point many times before. So the breakout point over all long-term resistance is going to be somewhere in the $8 price. So that's what we're going to be keeping an eye on today, is see if it can even get back up towards the $8 mark. But if it could, through this $8 mark, could really cause an explosive move, because look at all the times, let's go to this charting. Look at all the times we've reached that price level and then come back down. So over that price could really lead to a strong move. So we'll keep an eye on it. We're hoping the MEDS does end up performing. So this is going to be one of our main watchers right now. Again, we have support starting at about the 650 mark right now. The other stock that we'll be watching is MOGO, M-O-G-O. Now, this one has had some interesting moves. Not too long ago, we had run up towards 260, then we fell back down. Today, we had squeezed all the way back up to 305, where I went short and pretty much shorted all the way from up here down, and still holding the short right now with 200 shares. So we're going to keep an eye on this one just to see if any sort of interesting awkward movement happens. But for the time being, it doesn't have the cleanest looking formation for a long play, but we're still going to be keeping an eye on it nonetheless. And so going forward, we have WKHS. This could get a little interesting. Yesterday, WKHS had earnings, and they went through a really nice long move throughout the day. And if we look at the long-term chart, we have been holding our 4-hour 1 deviation mark. So we've been holding down here on our 1 deviation trending support. And we have what appears to be the beginning stages of a small cup and handle pattern. If this cup and handle pattern works out, we might be looking at about a price of maybe 2150 today. So if this can break out of the cup and handle pattern, we're going to be targeting about 2150. So for today, WKHS is going to be on the watch list. See if somehow, some way, this performs a cup and handle maybe today or into tomorrow, and we see prices of WKHS nearing, say, 2150 to 2130. A couple other notable mentions would be something like BYND. BYND had earnings today, tanked. Yesterday got news that McDonald's had come out with its own plant-based burger called the McPlant, and then it dropped. So today we dropped more on earnings. Looking at the longer term chart, we've already started a little bounce down here at 105. So again, I'm kind of on the fence of wanting to see BYND actually go up or have sort of a bounce move today. Would be nice to see. So all in all, we're kind of tracking to see if we in fact do or do not cross below the support here of 107 or 107.50 right now is kind of our little support level there for BYND. So I hope you guys liked the video. I hope you learned something new. Just a quick overview with you guys today on all the stocks we're going to be keeping an eye on. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you on the next one. Everybody, take care.